Hello everyone. How you guys making out today? Tuesday afternoon here, guys. Just about touching 4 o'clock here. And I'm not going to make this video too long. I just wanted to talk to you guys about a couple things that I thought of that I wanted to do a few videos on. First up are going to be my trappers, which are in front of you here. These are not going to be reviewed right this second. I just want to talk to you about, so to speak, going down the rabbit hole as far as Rough Riders go. I want to talk a little bit more in depth about Rough Riders because I think the time is now. I have got a lot of time invested in Rough Ryder knives, and I think that I'd like to dive a little bit further, and I mean that by saying I want to know a little bit more about the steel, the 440A steel. The only thing I could tell you about 440A steel is that, okay, it's soft, it doesn't hold an edge, and it's cheap. That is all I know about 440A steel. And everything that I have mentioned about 440A steel just now is totally not true. This is why I want to do, like, so to speak, maybe a little segment and, like I said, dive a little bit deeper into Rough Ryder and really see if they're really... I think that the quality is there. I think that they're made pretty darn well for what you get, what you pay for. And I want to see if all this is true. I want to test the steel. I want to dive further into the covers. I want to look at the construction. I want to dissect the construction a little bit more. And these are things that we're going to come to a conclusion on and really, really see if A, 440A steel is just total garbage steel. Because basically, most of us pay a premium for our knives for the steel. That is basically it in a nutshell. We're not paying for anything else on that knife, mostly, except for the steel. So every time you buy a knife that is expensive, you are paying for that steel that knife comes in, mostly. You're not paying for the covers. What else are you really paying for on that knife? Unless it's a custom. Then it's assembled by hand and it goes into different things. But these knives here I'm just talking about, what else makes up? Is that why they're so cheap? Because they all come with 440A steel? Well, I want to test the 440A steel. Literally, I want to test it. I want to see how long 440A steel holds up. I'm going to pick a knife and I'm going to cut and cut and cut. It could take a day. It could take 2 days. I'll keep doing videos day after day until we finally come up with a determination on how long it took to get that 440A dull, how quick it took to put an edge back on it, the performance of it, how sharp did it get. Like I said, I keep repeating myself, but let's do a dive into Rough Ryder knives because, again, I have a lot invested in these knives and I keep on buying them. Am I just wasting all this time? Now, these aren't the only knives I buy, okay? I do buy other knives. But I'll tell you, I do enjoy a good Rough Ryder knife every once in a while. Probably more than every once in a while. I do enjoy them. They're fun little knives to collect. They're affordable, okay? They're very, very affordable. They're very, very nice looking. They are very nice looking. They are better looking than some of the higher end knives out there. I mean, like, I'm just giving you an example. Like, look at this, okay? Look how pretty that is, okay? Tell me that that's not a pretty knife. Now, this one is on the expensive side, and I'm going to say expensive because in Rough Ryder money goes, like 12, 17 bucks is like topping out for a normal Rough Ryder. This one might be 25 bucks, okay? And we're calling that a lot of money. But look at what you're getting right there for 25 bucks. But you get 440A steel. So I want to dive into this. I'm not worried about these covers. These covers are fantastic. I just basically want to do the steel, again, how it sharpens, and I want to look at the construction closer, how it's put together, you know? And for the most part, almost all the time, there's a couple of duds every now and then, but for the most part, you're going to get your Rough Riders just like this. Most of them. Most of them are going to be pretty darn well constructed. And I can show you every one of mine. But yeah, now after we take a look at these trappers, okay? I'm just talking right now about what I'm going to do. I cannot review these now. But after we do review these trappers, we will then go ahead and take a look at the copperheads that I have. We will move on to the canoes. They are my favorite. They are what I really have a lot of Rough Riders. Because like I said, my Rough Ryder collection is pretty healthy. The only other person out there that may have more Rough Riders than me is Williams from Williams Knife Life. He might have me beat. Good old William. My buddy William. Shout out to Williams Knife Life. He's my old buddy. But yeah, we'll take a look at the copperheads. We'll take a look at the canoes. We'll take a look at the mini canoes because I'm heavily in the mini canoes. Those little buggers are fantastic. Just basically all Rough Riders in general. And let's see if they're really, you know, let's see what they got. Let's see what they're made of. You know what I mean? First off, I'm really curious about the 440A steel and why, for the sake of love, no one has tested that steel yet. Because there's quite a few of us that are Rough Ryder fans out there, and not one of us have ever talked about the steel or tested it. I mean, I don't care. I mean, you may say we don't care about it, but I'm curious. It's not so much that I care. I just want to know, really, how bad 440A steel is. That's what I want to know, and I am going to test it. I'm going to test it. I guess I'm just going to start with, I don't know how I'm going to test it yet. Paper will take too long. I'm not going to sit there all day just cutting paper. I should cut cardboard, right? Start with cardboard. Rustle up some cardboard somewhere around because it's going to probably take quite a bit of cardboard. And just go at it. You know what I mean? Now, I don't think I should film all that, right? That's another thing. I'm not going to sit there and turn on my camera and have you guys watch me cut pieces of cardboard. You know what I mean? I'll tell you guys what I come up with. You know what I mean? But this steel here, all the pieces that I always get, I thoroughly clean them. And then I do a sharpening on them. And when I tell you, every single one of my Rough Riders now, like even this one, is just screaming sharp. And they take a nice edge. They take a beautiful edge. And it don't of course, they say, oh, 440A steel is so soft. Of course it's going to sharpen up quick. What do you expect? Well, okay, that's fine. That's all well and good. I want to see how long it lasts. If it's so soft, if it is so soft, I want to see how long, how many passes I could put through cardboard before I'm fatigued and it just won't cut no more. You know what I mean? The performance on these are all fantastic. Once you flush the pivot and do a proper cleaning on them, they get very, very smooth, and they are extremely pleasurable to work with. Like I said, the action is wonderful once they're cleaned. They do take a little bit of time to clean them and get them to where I like them, to my standards, because I'll tell you now, I'm not going to lie, they do come gritty. I mean, they come, if you look at a napkin, it probably takes me a good half hour, probably a half hour to 45 minutes to clean one of these when it comes through the mail. It more than likely it takes about 45 minutes to actually get inside this channel and really, really vigorously clean that channel out, clean the pivot really, really well, keep flushing that pivot with oil. And like I said, I could clean it for about an hour and still get black out of it. And I'm still getting black everywhere on that napkin or that rag. Until I don't see any black or it starts fading and getting lighter, then I'm to the satisfied point. But if I'm getting black, like this here, this back spine is a bugger because it annoys the living dickens out of me. Because I wipe and wipe and wipe and wipe vigorously. And that napkin is black as coal. Try and wipe this back spine. Put some oil. I always put a couple drips of oil. This is what I do. In the channel, I open up both blades and I'll put my applicator and I'll put like 2 or 3 drips on the end here of that channel and turn it on its side and let the oil roll down to the to this pivot. And that oil all gets in the pivot, and then I go back and forth like a seesaw like this. And I watch the oil going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then when you flip it over, you'll see all that oil seeping out of here, and it's all black, and you'll see all that black crud coming out, and then you go at it, and then you just start wiping it. Getting that channel, work that channel, clean that all up, clean this pivot all out, clean these blades all up, shine the blades all up. Give the blades a sharpening, a real nice strap, because that's all they need. I mean, you could sharpen them. You could put them on the Spyderco Sharp Maker if you got a stone or whatever your choice is. But I just put a nice strap on them. They react to a strap really, really nice. And that's it. That's just where we are. So we're going to work them copper heads. We're going to start showing some copper heads. And then we're going to show some canoes, because we love those canoes. And I encourage everybody to participate. I really do. I encourage every last one of you to participate in this little, whatever you want to do. Do your own little test with me. Because like I said, I'm not going to film me cutting all cardboard. I'm just going to come back and tell you how it did, If it did well, it did well. I'm not going to do some super crazy test. You know what I mean? I'm just going to see. I'm just going to tell you how that steel performed. Fit and finish we know is half decent on most of them. So we got that. We already know what the fit and finish is on most of them. I mean, and this piece here, I got this up here because I think that everybody that is a Rough Ryder fan should have one of these. And this is the Iraq War knife. It says right there, it says, in honor of those who served. And it's got the colors. It's got these colors, these beautiful colors. And this was, you can see it right there. It's got the tanks right there. And it says Iraq War. In honor of those who served. So this is a fantastic piece. And you got the box right there. I always throw the box out. But this one here has got kind of like a sentimental, it's special to me, you know what I mean? And besides the fact, you don't have to be a trapper guy or a Rough Ryder guy. I think everybody should get one of these. I really do. It's a fantastic piece. Why wouldn't you buy one of these? Why wouldn't you? I don't know. That's just me, I guess. Well, guys, I'm going to let you dance down the road. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm going to start throwing up copperheads, canoes. It's going to turn into a full-blown Rough Ryder, crazy Rough Ryder deal over here. So if yous are down with the roughies, let's do it. You's got to get down with them roughies, though, man. Get down with the roughies with me. And we'll have a good time. We'll have a good old fun time, guys. All right, guys, I'm going to let you get to it. Be good, be well, be safe, man. Stick with me. We got good stuff coming down the pipeline here. So, drop me that comment. You know I love reading them. Thanks, guys. Take care. See you soon. Get ready. Roughy time. Roughy time, William.